Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the WWE Report. Joined along with Bill Mack and Pro Wrestling Unleashed. Got an interesting new clip theory discussion topic here for you. How you doing, Bill?
Doing great, man. Glad to be back together on another video, dude. As always.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I'm having to use I'm the one recording this time because we're on short time. Bill has to go into work. But I'm having to use old school Google Hangouts, so excuse me. It does come in handy from time to time. So anyway, let's get to the story here from Don Tony and Kevin Castle show.
Revisions is a complete WWE Book of Rules. And it actually looks pretty damn cool. And what's interesting thing about it is it looks like WWE.
You'll be able to, right after the news and right after Don Tony speaks, you'll be able to see our pictures, ladies and gentlemen. If you want to be lose your lunch.
Was they I issued a press release last week, and now we have this coming out. I don't know if it's an actual rule in the book, but I'll just share it with everyone. Okay. Long story short. Randy Orton last week on SmackDown relinquished his title shot for WrestleMania. Did you see the Talking Smack after and Daniel Bryan's announcement?
I didn't see it.
Okay. Daniel Bryan announced
Kevin Castle never sees anything, man. I was telling you.
Like a battle royal.
I've never seen it.
A new number one contender, which I think is absolutely stupid because I said this on Breakfast with Blassie. If someone
it degrades the Royal Rumble purpose, the winner's purpose. I don't like that either.
Relinquishes their title shot and it's supposed to be for WrestleMania in storyline, why the fuck is the GM not coming out and saying you're fighting and if you don't fight you're fired, this and that? Daniel Bryan in storyline saying, oh, we'll just have a battle royal and we'll determine it. It's just stupid. It's stupid.
Yeah, it's kind of degrading because the Rumble and the title shot was taken so seriously back in the day, all the way back to where the WWE champion wouldn't even defend his title until WrestleMania. He wouldn't even have a match. Of course, he'd be cutting promos and whatnot, but he wouldn't even have a match, man. So, yeah, I don't agree with that either. Bray Wyatt could say, hey, since the Rumble winner doesn't want his title shot, therefore I will not defend my title at Mania.
But this is all for nothing. This is all for nothing because Randy Orton is going to fight Bray Wyatt at WrestleMania.
They're just hard. Oh yeah, what they're doing. We got several weeks till Mania, so they're just giving us a story in the meantime. That's all that is. Or as Solid Monster said, they might make it a triple threat if Luke Harper wins that battle royal. They can, and Orton comes back and says, well, hey, I want my title shot. They can make it a triple threat. I haven't seen SmackDown yet, so I don't know if Luke Harper won that battle royal. But it could be a possible triple threat. But like you said, it'd probably just be, Orton and Bray as it was originally planned. They just got to give us some kind of soap opera in between the weeks. But I just don't agree with the battle royal degrading. Yeah.
Nonsense. But anyway, somebody pointed out that the WWE Book of Rules may actually reveal that Roman Reigns should have the title shot that Randy Orton gave up.
Yeah, really? He was second in line.
Basically, here's how they came up with this. Back in 1999, Vince McMahon won the Royal Rumble, beating Steve Austin. All right. While WWF champion at the time, The Rock, defeated Mankind. Well, he won the title in an I Quit match. The next night on Raw, Vince McMahon said he waived all rights and privileges to be in the number one contender and would not face The Rock at WrestleMania 15. Vince McMahon then went on to say that he would eventually name The Rock's WrestleMania opponent, and this brought out Steve Austin, which ultimately then brought out WWF Commissioner Shawn Michaels. And during that segment in 1999, Shawn Michaels said, and I credit the people that all brought this up because there was quite a few online, that Shawn Michaels said that the official WWF rulebook stated that if the winner of the Royal Rumble is either unable or unwilling to go to WrestleMania to fight the champion, then the runner-up gets all rights and privileges. So now if that rule is actually in the rule book, then that means that the runner-up for this year, which is Roman Reigns, should be getting that title shot at WrestleMania.
Being too logical.
Really? Wow.
So, we don't know if it's an actual rule in the book. Now, the book is coming out shortly, so it'll be interesting to see if that's actually in the book. But, do I really want to see Roman Reigns, fighting for the championship? Absolutely not. But I just have to
he's been doing that for the last 3 or 4 years, all the way back to Brock when Brock beat the shit out of him and he was just smiling. And then he faced Triple H, and Triple H had to fight like a babyface.
And it's kind of funny because, they got this book of rules coming out, and it appears they may have already broken it.
Wow.
Yep.
Don't even come out with a book of rules. Come on, man. People going to hold you to it because WWE is fantasy, and they always – changing the rules or banking on us for our short-term memory. So why would you come out with a book to make us more logical about it? I don't know, man. But, that makes sense. If it was a real sport or real life scenario and Randy Orton says, well, hey, I don't want to face you, Bray. I'm forever your servant. And then the president of the WWE, Jack Tunney, will come from the grave and say, well, hell, Roman Reigns gets his title shot because he was the last man in there on the Raw. That's less logical. It's coherent way of thinking.
Yeah, that's not WWE thinking, as you know, dude.
Right. That's why I said, Don Tony, you're being too logical. Oh, man.
Very man. I don't see. To me, it's all wasting time. You've got a good storyline, and you're not going to use it that way to begin with. It's like when they WWE in 2015, 2016, when they start storylines, and then they end up stopping them, which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. And why they stop them, but it doesn't have, because the storyline they're going to have now is not how it's going to end up on WWE, and that's not how it's going to end at WrestleMania. Yet you're going to have these stupid idiots, not to quote Chris Jericho, doing this. So, yeah, very, very sad, but that's just how they're going to do it, man. They're going to end up basically doing this, and I just feel that it's a dumb move on WWE's part to continue this kind of booking, and when you're going to have it anyway, which, like I said, for Bray Wyatt to lose, for Randy Orton, I just to
relinquish his title shot. Yeah,
exactly. To me, that's a bad sign to do that, but that's just what they're wanting.
To me, yeah, I agree. To me, it's just so popular because there's so many weeks between now and Mania, but it's bad story. Don't degrade the title shot like that, or I don't know, man. We'll see where it goes. I can understand Orton being confused or something, but I thought Orton would be like a Luke Harper, like he'll turn on Bray and then be his friend, don't know what to do or something. I don't know, but we'll see. That's pretty much all my thoughts on that, man. I'm 100% in agreement with you. It's just storyline stupidity, and it's just something to keep it going, even though SmackDown is the superior show. We love SmackDown. I love SmackDown. It's great show.
Better storyline. It's better wrestling show.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. We'll probably do a video in the future bitching about how people no-sell finishers no more. I definitely want to do that sometime because that irritates.
That video.
Hey, we'll find Jim Ross report clips where he's talking about how they no-sell anymore. We'll do a reaction to that maybe tomorrow or something because you're off the weekend, right?
Yeah, I'm off this whole weekend, dude.
Yeah, me too, man. We definitely, remind me about that. WWE no-selling finishers or whatever, because that'd be a great topic for us because that irritates us both and Jim Ross. And
yes, it does so badly, man. The kick-ups off the finishers is just horrible, dude. And those selling these hits and stuff and shaking it off and doing your moves, ridiculous, man.
I never seen somebody superhuman, stronger than the Terminator, where they can get hit with brass knuckles and kick out at the count of 2. I never seen somebody so strong, be able to walk and be conscious and walk out on Raw the next day like nothing happened. Exactly. Oh, did you hear about, very quickly, we got to end this, ladies and gentlemen, but did you hear about Vince McMahon chewing out Braun Strowman for Braun Strowman saying, hey, I want my title shot, instead of saying, hey, I want my title match. It's not a title shot. It's a title match. Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't hear that. I didn't, but I mentioned that's one of them words he's not supposed to say.
Yeah, exactly. It's not a belt. It's a title, blah, blah, blah. But the language has gotten crazy. Jason Solomon was talking about it. He said Strowman got chewed out. You remember that promo where Kevin Owens promised Strowman a title shot if he helped them retain the title against Reigns at Rumble?
Exactly.
Yeah. Strowman said, I want my title shot tonight. And they said Vince chewed him out. He said, what are you talking about? You supposed to say title match, the XFL. It was a fail. Yeah.
Well, dude, that's Vince for you.
What the fuck's wrong with title shot versus title match? I don't get that.
Because they think title match championship is so much better than saying title.
I like title shot because that always reminds me of old school wrestling, boxing, good like Rocky movies. I want my shot. Everybody says that, man. In good sports fighting movies, everybody says, "Hey, I want my shot." You know, it's not like he was supposed to say, "Hey, I want my title match," because they were going to have a title match. He was, it's not that he meant it that way or supposed to mean it that way. You're not supposed to say title shot at all in WWE. That's the weird, bizarre part.
Oh yeah, that's their dread. That's their one of their words that they borrow saying now.
Imagine somebody that's not a WWE fan, a news reporter, non-WWE fan, interviewing a wrestler, saying, "Hey, what's your thoughts about your title, your belt, and the shot you had?" And the wrestler would be like, "Well, hey, we don't use them kind of words anymore. It's not a belt, it's a title. We don't say shot, we say match." And you imagine how confused that reporter would be. I'm not a wrestler, I'm an entertainer. Oh, you're an entertainer? You gonna make me laugh? You gonna shuck and dive? No. I'm a sports entertainer. Stupid.
Well, it makes it very relevant that Vince gives them probably a list of words that says, "Okay, don't say this in your commentary. Don't say."
Yeah, because there was a letter about that got leaked a couple of years back where they were talking about the different terms to use, terminology and all that. It's just stupid because nobody gives a shit. When two kids don't say, "Hey, let's go. Let me go to your house Monday night so we can watch some sports entertainment." They say, let's go to your house and watch wrestling. You can't change. That perception is always going to be like that. Vince can't turn into Disney World. People are not going to use these weird terminology, these weird words. It's just not going to work. So I always think that's stupid because it's not going to catch on. Wrestling. Oh, they're wrestling. No, they're entertaining. It's never going to catch on the way he wants it to.
That's right. It's not wrestling. It's sports entertainment.
Yeah.
When they interview him, like on ESPN, when they interviewed Roman Reigns on First Take, they were even Stephen A. Smith said wrestling. He called it wrestling, because it's sports entertainment. Even Roman Reigns said it on there, man. Nobody's gonna call it sports entertainment. It's always gonna be wrestling like a turd. You can take and spray paint a turd. You can shape it, but it's still gonna be a turd regardless. You're not going to change just because the looks may change, and that's what's going on is the looks of it have changed, but it doesn't change it any less than what it already is.
Well, John Cena applies for a new job, and they said, "Weren't you a wrestler?" No, I wasn't. No, sir. Didn't you wrestle on TV? No, sir. I was a sports entertainer. Oh, you're a sports entertainer? So you didn't go to the hospital. You went to the local regional medical center. That's correct. I've never been to a hospital. Never been to a hospital. I've been to a regional medical center, Yeah, exactly. You wasn't fired. You were told that your services were no longer required. So you were never fired, technically, because they said you were just no longer required.
Exactly right. We're not firing you. We're wishing you well in your future endeavors.
And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. We wish y'all well. Bye-bye.
Yeah.